what I want to talk about today is how to leverage our Latino traits. And do you call Latinos or Hispanics here? What do you call them? Hispanics. So adapt my language, and we're going to call them Hispanics. So actually, I was Argentinian until I came to this country and I became a Latina, Hispanic, whatever. I had never been anything but Argentinian. So you know, we kind of change where the label people use to name us, depending on where we are and what time in the history of this country too. So the reason I want to bring up this topic to you today is because many times, or I would say most of the time, we have some inherited characteristics that come with our culture and where we grew up and the families we grew up in and so forth that become so transparent to us that we don't realize that it's only us who have those traits, not everybody. You just think that everybody is like this and you don't realize, no. This is part of what our culture has instilled in us. And so only by knowing it and becoming extremely aware of it, then you can leverage it and use it to your advantage, whether you're studying or whether you are in a job, okay? So I'm going to review some of those with you, and I'm going to review some of the cultural things that might contribute to some negative messages that you might be sending out without knowing it, and that become obstacles in your ability to grow, so that you can turn them around and use them again to your advantage. So everything is about using everything we've got, not just our culture, but our personalities too, to our advantage. Do you agree? Do you like to do that? Mm-hmm. See? Okay. So let's share, tell me, what are some of the positive traits you think Latinos have in common?
I think I'm really taking the culture. I really enjoy our culture, especially like the muertos and everything else that I really enjoy that.
So enjoying the culture. Mm-hmm. Okay. What else?
Really strong family, like loyalty.
Loyalty and family are very strong pieces of that puzzle, right? What else?
We're really friendly.
We're really friendly people. Yes, simple as that. We're really friendly people. Everybody wants to hang out in the Latino parties because we throw the best parties and because we welcome everybody, right? Okay, what else?
We feed them food.
We what?
We feed them. We feed people food. So anybody who comes
we
over.
We feed people. Yes, we are nurturing. We're nurturing in every way, right? What else?
Hardworking.
Hardworking. What else? ¿Qué se te ocurre, Gabriela? Well, that's part of the issue.
We're hardworking.
Okay, we've already talked about that. Think about something that has become so second nature to you that you don't realize that this is part of you, but not part of everybody else. So that's what we're going to go through today, okay? So that the next time somebody asks you, you can immediately say, oh, this is typical of, we tend to share. And obviously we're going to be generalizing. With any of these things, we're generalizing. I'm sure you know Latinos who are not friendly, and you know Latinos who are not hardworking, right? And obviously we're making generalizations so that we can understand and pick from there what works for us. All right, so we passed this sharing. These are some of the Latino traits you mentioned and some of them that I added for you. We're attracted to the American dream. Aren't we all here, or your ancestors, didn't all they come here for pursuing the American dream? That's a big thing because it comes as part of you being an immigrant. It comes with the territory that you're attracted to this land because you want to fulfill a dream. That gives you a drive that a lot of people don't have. People who take things for granted don't have the drive and the hunger and the ability to get through a lot of stuff that we have because we're really attracted to the American dream. We have an entrepreneurial spirit. How many of your parents have their own businesses? Or your family members have their own businesses, right? Or they become independent professionals, or they start their own thing, or they follow somebody else's thing in the family. So that entrepreneurial spirit works not just to have your own business, but in everything. In today's global economy, you need to have an entrepreneurial spirit as an employee. You need to be your own boss. You need to be the CEO of your own career. You can't expect your boss to be pointing out every step of the way. The more initiative you show, the better you're going to do at work, right? Same in school. Show initiative to pursue a particular professor, to ask them if you could assist with them, or you could job shadow, or if you could help them with a research paper. Show your initiative, show your entrepreneurial spirit, because that's something you've got, okay? Value relationships, we all mentioned. We're very sociable, we're very friendly, right? We're loyal, we're very loyal. These pieces of the puzzle come because the area of the world where we grew up, where our parents or grandparents grew up, is an area where a lot of unexpected things happen. And so the governments don't really work that way, and the only way in which you can get things going is by building relationships with people. And I'm sure, Monica, who still lives there, you know that you can't even get your passport if you don't know somebody who knows somebody at the passport office, right? Okay, so guess what? That's a gene you're born with that gives you the ability to establish relationships. And you're very loyal to those relationships because you know what happens when you're not loyal, right? So we carry this with us. And whether you were born overseas or you're born here, these are all traits that get passed down from generation to generation because they're subconscious. They get passed in values, in behaviors, in things that you see that your parents and your grandparents do at home, how they're loyal with each other. And we're going to see how this can be your best ally, and it can also get in the way for you, the loyalty. We're self-reliant. We rely on ourselves, again, most likely because that area where we come from, if you don't rely on yourself, you're going to be in trouble. So you rely on yourself and in the group of people that's surrounding you. And that means you become very independent, you have the internal resources to resolve problems, think out of the box. Not everybody has this, okay? So cement in your brain that all of these traits that I'm giving you, this is not that everybody has these traits. You guys have these traits. And if you haven't noticed them in yourself, 1 minute to change the battery. Yes. I want you to cement this idea that these are things you have that not everybody has. So that if you haven't yet discovered them in yourselves, you can go back after this and say, wait, how am I self-reliant? How am I relying on myself and my inner resources, on what I bring to the table to resolve problems and to move forward in my life? We're community oriented, right? Aren't we all trying to help the community and feed the community